So I was thinking, there's something that I've noticed um, when it comes to the whole twin flame situation. Um, I've noticed that when my twin flame showed up, it wasn't like what you would expect it to be, right? It's not romanticized at all. When the twin shows up, it's not romanticized. This is what I've noticed with my twin. It's never romanticized. And if it is romanticized, um, what I realize is the energy that I'm in at the time when my twin does show up is an energy of, you know, attachments, obsession type of energy. And that was a long time ago when that would happen. But recently, what I've noticed is when my twin does show up, it's never romanticized. It's more casual. You know what I mean? It's more like, hey, how are you doing? What have you been up to? Yada, yada, yada. It's like, especially I remember when he had gotten a hold of me and after us parting ways, apparently parting ways physically for a long period of time. I remember him, when he did finally decide to show up, it was like nothing ever happened. He acted like nothing ever happened. It was like nothing skipped a beat. You know what I mean? It was like, like I said, it's like, hey, how are you doing? What you been up to? Type of shit. But it's never, ever romanticized. And that's the one thing that I've noticed about the way that the twin shows up after a long period of not seeing them in the physical. And the thing that I've noticed is too, it's real easy to slip back into the obsessive energy, or when you feel that that anxiety coming up when they do decide to show up physically or reach out to you. The one thing that helps me is when I find myself feeling in that type of energy, I either won't respond or I'll just wait a while and I will turn towards the heart and I'll either say my mantras, you are love, you are light, you are all that is. You are love, you are light, you are all that is. Or I'll watch my breathing. Watching the breathing helps a lot, because you can't be in the mind and watch your breathing, or say a mantra and be in the mind at the same time. You can't do that. And it just brings you back to what is, right? It brings you back to what is, which is energy, which is naturally who you are, apparently, right? But I notice the more that I do that, the more he'll start to show up again, right? But if you stay in the energy of anxiety or whatever, or the energy of the obsessive energy or the attachment energy, they may not show up as much. And you'll notice that. And that's one thing that I have noticed in the, before, but not so much now. Not so much now. Now it's like all the time, but the thing with my twin flame is my apparent twin flame will show up in different ways. Like sometimes he'll show up through the signs and sometimes he'll show up physically. It's a catch-22 really. But I have noticed that when they do decide to show up after being gone for a long period of time physically, because they're always around, right? Through the car, through seeing their car, hearing their name, seeing their name, seeing people that resemble them, or with their characteristics, right? They're always showing up. But physically, what I've noticed is it's just casual. It's not romanticized at all. And what I've noticed is and it's like you don't need the romanticizing, right? You don't need the words, because you feel the love energetically. So it really doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter. And that's one thing that I realized, is it doesn't matter whether, he shows up being romanticizing, right? Because I feel it through the energy. I feel the love through the energy, where there is no words. There's no need for words. But yeah, I thought I'd get on here and talk about that. Oh my God, there's a bee hanging around me. But anyways, yeah, I thought I'd get on here and talk about that, because I don't know. It's something to really, think about, because it's like, for those of you that are wondering, like, well, I wonder what, other people go through when the twin flame does show up physically. Like, what happens? What goes on? And really nothing at all. I mean, it's just being, and it's just casual. It's not what you would have expected it to be. And I'm not saying that everyone expects that, but there's not going to be this white horse, they're not going to come in on this white horse and this prince on a white horse and come and save you and say, oh my God, I've missed you. I can't believe that, I've been, that I did what I did. And I mean, what I've noticed too is they don't live in the past or the future stuff. They don't do that. So they're not going to come back confessing their love to you. I mean, that's what I've realized with mine. It is not confessing their love. It's just like nothing ever happened. It's like nothing ever fucking happened. But I thought I would talk about it, because I don't know how many people do bring this up, but it's a good thing to bring up. But yeah, I guess that's it for now. Ciao.